Hey, brothers, all my sisters, all my kings and my queens, what's going on? It's your boy MT Doozy back with another video. Forgive me, man, like honestly, I just wasn't shooting videos and I wasn't motivated to come and shoot them. Back then I would be like, I have to shoot a YouTube video. But these times I was just on some like I've been letting it slide, and that's my bad. But I'm back and I'm better. Woo! Like I never left. All first time viewers, all returning subscribers, shout out to y'all. As you can see by the topic, a woman's perspective. Ooh. Let me just turn down the window quick, because no cap, it's hot in here. And man, yeah, like the weather, you should take it with a grain of salt, because I checked the weather today. It said it was gonna rain. It didn't even rain a single drop. But they are at the end of the day, it's just predictions. But anyways, as you can see by the topic, a woman's perspective. So I want to break it down to you, all right? I just want to talk about, honestly, how it's good to get a woman's perspective. So this is nothing Bible related, but I believe this comes with having understanding, wisdom, and knowledge, right? Just to exhort you, because the channel name is Six the Exhorter, to exhort you to get a woman's perspective. So if you don't know, I'm practicing SR, semen retention. Probably like almost, I would say 20, but I haven't been counting the days, and I wanted to, but I didn't. But anyways, so I've had a couple experiences, right, with women that I dealt with them the best way I thought how, right, according to my own understanding, and also just leaning on God, But after I had gotten a woman's perspective, things really changed, right? Like the way the way I think about the situations just changed. Yeah, so let's get it, right? So this particular woman, right, she's a friend of mine, but I'm gonna call her Cakes. Yeah. So Cakes, what had happened was, before me and Cakes chilled this specific day, right? She had texted me, and she was like, "Hey, what's going on?" And I replied, I've talked about her, right? And she didn't text back after that. I'm like, okay, no, you know what? Doesn't matter. Second time she texts me, "Hey, what's going on?" I text, "Hey, what's going on?" She doesn't reply. So then from there, it was just like, you know what? Cut her out. Not cut her out, but don't respond. It's like, in my opinion, I didn't take the friendship seriously. Because, there's many ways, I'm thinking it's gonna fit with the sound, but there's many ways people perceive friends, right? I was watching a video by the Perrys, and they were talking about friendship. And they were like, they have different friends. So it's like some that are not as close as others. And for me, I feel like there's just one standard. Like, if you're my friend, you're my friend. We check up on each other. We love each other, There's no, for me, like, yes, I do have friends that are not really my friends, but I don't consider them friends, right? But for me not to be, I'd say, harsh about it, I don't put it out there that, we're not really friends. It's just like a greeting basis, but we're not close, right? But yeah, anyways, so after Cakes had not replied, I was like, you know what, okay, it's fine, let me distance myself. Plus, Cakes is of this world, right? So if you're a believer, you know what I'm talking about. She's not quote unquote saved. So it convicted me a lot, because the whole time I'm thinking, I'm gonna just leave the window open, but what fellowship has light with the dark, so that got to me. But I was like, okay, let me just, laid aside. So for the longest, we don't speak. Then finally, cause she used to stay where I stay. Then she's like, okay, I'm coming to visit. I'm like, okay, no stress. Then she came to visit and we chilled, right? And it's all good, nothing. I had no grudges against her. It's just for me, it was like, okay, let me just play defense, right? I played defense and I'm like, okay, however it goes that way. Okay, but let's get into it. Cakes gave me some advice, and so it was so appreciated, right? Like, since I'm on this SR journey, or just this period in my life, I'm not friends with a lot of women, right? I don't mind being friends with women. It's just that I am not the reality of the situation. So I want to speak about two women, right? Okay, so I'm a name. Okay, I'm gonna speak about number one, Beloved, right? I'm gonna name her Beloved. So what happened with Beloved is me and Beloved had talked, right? But okay, wait, let me just put this into perspective. Although I was talking to Beloved, right, via DM, I really didn't want Beloved, right? She's nice. Nothing's wrong with her, but honestly, it's like I didn't see myself wifing Beloved. It could have happened. It could still happen because you don't know the Lord's plans, but it's like I find that I'm not as attracted to Beloved, right? I believe, in my opinion, right, she has pride, but like if she had to get rid of the pride, she has a beautiful soul. Like I'm not really only after looks, right? Like, yes, I want my girl to be beautiful, but like mostly it's about your heart, your soul. So apart from her pride but yeah, as I'm saying, like I wasn't really attracted to Beloved, but I know her from high school, right? Anyways, I followed her, she followed me back, which was surprising because she had way more followers. I thought she wasn't gonna follow me back. Yeah, there's a specific night, right? There was a party I wanted to go to. I won't say a party, but an event, right? Where local celebrities were coming out, rappers, people were performing. So I wanted to go to this event, and the tickets were cheap. So I had found out about the event on a Friday. Let's say the event is on Saturday. So like when I had found out about the event, and this was last year, right? I was like, you know what, I'm going, like, because I wanted to go to events. So I was like, no doubt about it, I'm going. So I was hoping my one brother would come with me, right? I'm gonna name him P. I was hoping P could come, but when I hit P up, it looked shaky because he was working until 10 p.m. So it was like, ish, I'm gonna be there alone. And I didn't wanna go alone. Like, I don't like going places alone. I don't know about y'all, but for me, just the weirdest thing ever. Like, honestly, you're going to a turn up or just a solo date. People know that I'm against it. Like, it's not me, right? But yeah, do you if that's you. But anyway, so I hit Beloved up. I'm like, don't you wanna go with me here? And that time I was planning on spending, because I knew that, me taking Beloved out, she's a girl, right? And although we're not talking like that or whatever, she's gonna expect for me to uphold a certain standard for her to come out. It's like I knew, like, to get her out the house, I was gonna have to pay maybe transport there, her ticket, everything, right? But I didn't mind that. I was like, okay, me, I'm not into Beloved like that. So like it's not gonna affect me. What probably it's gonna build a friendship, right? Because Beloved is a believer, right? Let me just leave it there. She's a believer. So I was like, you know what? Although I lose, and it was gonna be a lot of money, but I was like, you know what? Although I lose this money, at the same time it's a gain because I'm gonna build a friendship with beloved. Yeah, and I looked at it like that. So I had texted her the night before. I was like, "Do you wanna go here?" And beloved was on some. She was taking long to reply on some. What's happening here? What do they do here? Just kind of beating about the bush, in my opinion. So I was like, you know what? Never mind. Like, I'm gonna cancel, or it's fine. You don't need to come with me. So, oh yes, if she was taking long to reply to a specific message. And what had gotten me is, this is gonna be quite a long video, but let me get into it. What had gotten me, she's taking long to reply, right? And P, the brother I wanted to go with, who I ended up going with, but he was telling me that, hey yo, I want to come. I'm thinking of knocking off at work, then going straight there to the event. Then I'll catch you there. But you're saying tickets they look like they sold out, because tickets were going for 100 rand. So you know what? I was like, ish, if tickets are selling out, I need to know what beloved is saying, because I have to make a plan for her. I know she's gonna want that. I don't mind, but like, what's going on? You feel me? And she was taking long to reply, and I was like, you know what? Forget it, because I'll put you at ease for you not to reject me, right? I think I put it like that. But she's like, okay then. Okay, that's when we stopped talking. Months went on. So then, yeah, fast forward, I'm at home cell, right? Then it was me and two sisters in Christ. So we get to talking, and we're talking about careers, and we're talking about certain careers where your time is just taken, right? Like, I think it's investment bankers. They go in early, they knock off at like 1 p.m., 1 a.m., my bad, 1 a.m. in the night. Yeah, if I'm not wrong, right? So it's like, although they make money, it's like, oh, their time is gone. They can't spend time with family, friends, whatever. It's just like, you've got the money, but your time isn't there. And time is so important, right? So, then we talked about doctors, then we talked about nurses. And beloved is a nurse. So I was like, you know what? It kind of ended on a bad note. Let me ask beloved about how is her job being a nurse, right? What are the pressures? Because I know nursing it's hard. I've heard of a story where, like, or I've heard basically that nurses, you can take care of like a sick person, and you have to bathe them or bath them. So I was like, okay, that definitely must be hard, because if someone can't even bath themselves, like, I think of the aspects, to get really explicit with it, but like, if someone maybe has just peed on themselves, or they had made a number two, like, it's like, and you have to clean that up, that must come with a lot, right? I'm not sure the specifics of their job. But so I asked her that, I DM'd her. I was like, you know what, beloved, we're talking about careers. I want to know, how is it being a nurse, right? Let me know about it. Then, she didn't reply for the longest. Like, I hate this thing of, like, I get that we all know our worth, right? Also, as a man, I know my worth, but I won't, what can I say? Like, I won't. But as I said, I believe beloved had a sense of pride, right? Because although I know my worth, I won't force it upon you. I won't say force, but I won't parade it on you. Like, if you text me, I text you back quickly. No matter if I'm a billionaire, right? If I can, I'll text you back. I'll try my best effort. And only when it's like, looks tricky, the situation, then I'll, take a step back. But Besides that, I'm down to help, I'm down to talk. I'm just that kind of person. But with girls, I believe because they also get hit on so much, and also Beloved, right? She's quite pretty for me, like, because I've known her for the longest. I say I'm not as attracted to her, and this is no like spiteful, this is just the truth, right? So for me, it's like, okay, like, I've gotten to know Beloved. Like in high school, I wanted her. I ended up talking to her. We formed like a little friendship. So I kind of know Beloved, you feel me? Like, I know how she is. So like for me, like, knowing that it's different from someone who sees on Insta, I'm like, oh, Beloved is pretty, right? So yeah, but like, yeah, anyway, she took long to reply. Then she finally sent a message on some, I will text you when I get home. So when she had sent that message, for me, I was like, okay, do I text her back on some, okay, I'll be waiting. But I was like, you know what? If I do, I know she's gonna just mize me or take long to respond again. For some odd reason, like, it's that game of, you see. So I was like, you know what? Since she said she's gonna text, let me leave her, she'll text me, then we'll talk. Then so as you know, she said she'll text me when she gets home. She posts a status, right? She posts a status on some. So in the status, it's a video, right? And there's two women. So there's one woman who's giving advice. So in my opinion, I didn't know much about her, but she's like a coach, a dating coach, or yeah, she's kind of like a dating coach, or just, but yeah, let me just say a dating coach. So women send her messages, then she replies. So one of the other women in the video, right, she's not visible, but I think she sent like a text on some, when he blue ticks you, but you love him so much that you want to text him, right? You want to text him. And yeah, so then it's like, so basically that woman was saying as a question, like, what do you do when he blue ticks you, but you love him so much that you want to text him again? Then the woman giving the advice on the video was on some, girl, you're gonna have to learn the hard way, like, you're gonna have to get hurt until you learn that, you know what, I can't keep going through this. Something like that, right? So that's what she posted, Beloved. So I'm confused. I was like, okay, I did blue tick her, but it's not like a blue tick, right? Come on, it's like she said she was gonna text. So, and also the part where she said, when I love him, I was like, no way she loves me. Like, like we haven't seen each other in months. It's been months, right? But okay, here's also another point. Beloved might deny this, but when we were still in high school, I was someone who was smoking, right? The time where I really liked Beloved, I was smoking. So, and I'm adding that to let you guys know that I wasn't concentrated, right? Like, I wasn't serious, if I can say like that. Like, not saying people who smoke aren't serious, but for me, I wasn't serious. Like, I had a crush on her. I was living in my imagination most of the time. So like, I understand, like, I wanted her, but I was also scared. So like, although like I did pursue her, I didn't pursue her like that, right? But anyways, there was a time like she came up to me, then she held my hand, and she's like, how, but I see a future together. Something on the lines of that, like. And this is my opinion. Beloved might deny, because as I say, pride but hey, like, she denies, guys. This is my opinion, right? So I had thought about that. I thought about the love part. I was like, nah, I'm tripping. She don't love me. Come on, you feel me? So then, yeah, time went. She didn't text me back. So I was like, I got fed up, right? I was like, you know what? You're not worth the effort. Then she's like, good morning. Oh, okay then, right? That's why she takes it back. And in my mind, I'm thinking like, yo, I was stereotyping. I was like, yo, women have play so much games. Like the fact that she even said morning, like I still believe, she was playing games. Like I stand on it. But anyways, time goes by and God, like before I had sent that text on some, you're not worth the effort. I was like, like God was convicting me not to say it like that, because I know that was a way. Although I didn't want to hurt her, but it was gonna hurt her, right? Those words. And so I was like, let me not send it like this. But I got fed up to a point. I was like, you know what? I'm sending it like that. So as time went, not even like a day, like hours, right? I was like, you know what? God, I did wrong. Please forgive me. I sent her a text again. I'm like, okay, I apologize for using those words. But I feel like, you know what? I'm not going to chase you. But I didn't say these words, right? But I was like, yeah. I didn't say I'm not going to chase you, but I was like, I'm sorry for the words I used, right? I don't feel that it's right before God. I don't want to hurt you. Forgive me. Then she replied back, fastest reply I've gotten from her. She replied back on some, you know what, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Just don't feel entitled to an answer, and that will ease your frustrations. Yeah, don't feel entitled to an answer from me, and that will ease your frustrations. So I won't lie, that then made me on some like, like for the fact that like she put it on me that I felt entitled. I was like, you said you're gonna text back. Now that you're not texting, it's like, so like I saw from there, it's like, okay, it's a battle of pride, according to my understanding, right? I was like, okay, it's pride. But I was like, you know what, anyway, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna leave you with this. You said you're gonna text back. I trusted you, you didn't. So I was letting you know that I'm not gonna, be frustrated over you. That's like, yeah, that's not the exact wording, but the last message I sent. And she was like, oh, okay then. Then yeah, from there I unfollowed her. I even went later to delete my Instagram. Like I'm no more on Instagram. It wasn't because of her, but yeah. It's like, yeah, it just showed me. I was like, okay. It's like, okay, yeah, that's what it is, right? That's the situation with Beloved. Now, we're gonna go to, I wanna give her a nice name. Like, I'm gonna name her Rose, right? This is the second situation with the girl, Rose, right? So with Rose, Rose is a sister in Christ. I know her from high school as well, but she didn't stay long in my high school. Like, she was in, then she moved to a different high school. I thought Rose was in a different province, like, honestly. Because she has YouTube. I had watched her YouTube channel. Then she says she lives in a specific place. I was like, oh, okay, she's in a different, not a country, but a different province, right? So with Rose, she's in Christ. Rose, I knew her from back in high school. It's crazy with Rose. Like, I remember, like, she was the first girl, like, I remember that touched my ass. This is TMI, but, like, yeah, I remember, well, back in school, she might also deny this, you feel me? But, like, yeah, I remember one time, yeah, I felt, like, a hand on me. I looked back, it was Rose. I was like, what the Rose? Yeah, I was still innocent. I was just like, hey, man, Rose. But anyways, so with Rose, I followed her on Insta. She followed me back. I took a liking to Rose because I know Rose is attractive, right? She is attractive still, right? So I texted Rose because I wanted to name, initially, I want to name my child after Rose. She has a beautiful name, right? So I texted her. I was like, yeah, I might name my child after you. Because I really found out the meaning of the name. I was like, such a beautiful name. We've been underplaying it. Like, I haven't been recognizing it. Anyways, from there, I started texting Rose, but not, like, trying to slide in. It was more of a friendship, right? Because I wasn't pursuing anyone at the time. Like, so I was like, okay, I started texting Rose. We started texting back. We formed a friendship, right? But it wasn't okay. We formed a little friendship. I'm gonna explain as I go on. So then with Rose, what ended up happening is, yeah, also like I had sent a message, she ignored me, and I explained that, you know what, like I don't appreciate, not in these words, but like I was like, you know what, with me, when I feel that, you know, like you don't wanna, you know what I'm saying, like put in the, okay, in my own understanding, right, this was the situation. I was like, okay, if she doesn't want to text back, I'm not gonna, you know, like I'm not chasing friends, you know, I know my worth. So I was like, you know what, Rose, I didn't appreciate what you did, but yeah, I'm letting you know, like, if you don't want to, you know what I'm saying, interact with me, you don't have to. It's not forced. I don't force anything, like. So yeah, so then she replied, oh man, she apologized. Okay, then we started talking again. Then with Rose, I caught feelings, right? No cap, I caught feelings, and I kind of imagined her as potential wifey, right? So then I had sent a message on some, you know what, I like you, but I don't want to make things awkward, so I want us to be friends. Yeah, I just want us to be friends. I'll put the feelings aside. Let me know. Then Rose hit me back on some. I've talked about these situations, but yeah, Rose hit me back on some. Duduzi, you know, that's sweet of you, but I'm not even being good friends to my friends. I'm not being a good friend to my friends now. So, you know, I don't think, you know, like we should be friends. But we'll see how the future plays out, right? So my perspective on that, I was like, okay, she definitely doesn't like me romantically. Okay, that's cool, right? I take rejection, man, like it's part of life. But then, you know, with her not wanting to be friends, I was like, okay, that's also cool, because I really felt like I could help Rose. You know, when you care for someone, you want to help them, you want to, you know, show them love. But I was like, okay, if she doesn't want to be friends, you know what, let me take a step back. Yeah, let me just leave it there. So took my step back. That's how it's been, right? Like we haven't been texting each other. Yeah. So then fast forward, just the other day, I'm at a certain mall. I see Rose, right? But you know, like it's shocking. Like when I saw Rose, she was walking with a guy. It looked like she was walking with a guy. So I'm like, Rose, Johannesburg. As I said, I thought she lived in another province. But you know, she also recognized me. Hi, you know, we hug each other. We're like, hey, what's going on? Yeah, we chop it up a bit. Then it's like, yeah, nah, good to see you, good to see you. I go my own way, she goes her own way. So like that just got me thinking of Rose. I was like, you know, like in my thoughts, I was like, you know, because I might see Rose, because I'm a frequenter at this certain mall. Like if I see Rose, you know, why not just take her number, then we go out as friends? But I was like, you know what? Then again, Rose said she doesn't want a friendship. So let me play. Although, like, I was feeling some type of way, like, you know, just the odds of things. But I was like, you know what? Let me play defense, right? It's like, at the end of it, we're not friends. It's like, we're not friends. Basically, she's a sister in Christ. And I accept that, you know, I respect it. So, yeah, so that's how it was. So when Cakes, right? I meet up with Cakes. You know, me, Cakes, we talk relationships, we talk just life in general. Like we've known each other for quite some time. So I tell Cakes about Beloved and Rose, right? So firstly with Beloved, she's like to me, I'm telling her about the whole situation with Beloved. Then I'm like, she posted the status where she's like, when a guy you love. Then she's like, she stopped me there. She's like, what if she actually loved you? I was like, nah, man, cakes. There's no way she could have loved me. Haven't seen her in the longest. The way she's acting doesn't show that she likes me, right? It's just like the odds are so against like that she loves me. Like, come on. She's like, nah, think about it. She's like, because you had texted her, when she texted you back, maybe she wanted you to text her because she felt like you were just starting a conversation. You weren't actually asking her about her career. But since you didn't text back, she understood that, okay, this guy, he wants to know about my career. He's not just starting a conversation. But like, yeah, what if she loves you? So that just threw me off. I was like, what? Got me thinking, like, I was like, still I come to the conclusion that, nah, I don't think Rose likes me. Like, nah, I deny it. Yeah, just the odds is like, because I'm a logical thinker, right? That's probably the difference, women are emotional. But I'm a logical thinker. It's like, it doesn't make sense. Like I can tell when girls like me, right? And they treat me a certain way. You just see it, right? So it's like with Rose, everything is different like in real life, but yeah, what she was giving off was just, nah, she doesn't like me. But anyway, like, yeah, that just threw me off. Then let's talk about Rose. I tell her about Rose. Then she says, oh yeah, so I'm telling her that, me and Rose, I told her I liked her, but then I was like, you know what? Let's be friends because I don't want to complicate things. Then she's like, yo, why would you do that, bruv? It's like, that is such a tricky situation. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, then she kind of explained, like, she understands why Rose doesn't want to be friends with me. She's like, because she can't be friends with you because she knows that you like her. Like, so now that every time we interact, she probably thinks that, are we gonna date? Is this gonna go further? And she also mentioned that she's like, it's gonna be hard for Rose to be friends with me because it's like, what if she likes a guy, then you try to cock block her as a friend? But you see, with me, like, I'm different. Like, I understand the meaning of friendship. It's like, I'll never get into a friendship liking a girl hoping that one day things will turn out different, right? Yeah, honestly, it's like, if I know that if Rose decided, okay, let's be friends, although I like her, it's gonna be like, reality is she might get a man. And I can't be like on the sideline, that's why guys don't want girls to have guy friends, because they know they might be lurking on some, and I never wanted to be that guy. Like, I know myself. So I was like, I understand the way Cakes put it, because she's like, yeah, like, what if she wants a man, but then you cock block her? But I was like, nah, but what do you mean? Like, I wouldn't do that. But she's like, okay, she doesn't know you. She doesn't know that about you. So for Rose, it's like, it's a tricky place to be, right? Woo, my bad. But yeah, it's like, back to the topic, a woman's perspective. It changed everything, right? Because I didn't have the capacity to think about these things in this way, right? And shout out to Cakes. She knows who she is. But yeah, it's like, it just changed the perspective I had on what happened. Like, it's like, okay, like, gave me kind of understanding, right? Although, like, nothing about the situations changed. It's like, what happened. It's like, it just gave me understanding. Like, oh, maybe this is what I'm missing. Maybe this is why things turned out the way they did, right? So yeah, it's like, a woman's perspective is important, brothers. Like, I'm someone who believes in women friends. And I won't even lie, to have a woman friend, like, you have to not like her. Not that she must be unattractive, but you have to not to like her or have to be after her, because that will solidify the friendship. But yeah, like, important to have women friends. And yeah, just the perspective they offer, it's so different, right? Like, as men, as I say, as a man, I think logically. I think, like, I take things for what they are. So it's like, if you don't want to be my friend, like, for example, with Rose, right? Like, I have love for Rose, but it's like, okay, I understand what she said. She's like, okay, she doesn't want to be my friend. So it's like, for me, it's like, okay, I'm not gonna push to get her number, or the next time I see her, I feel like I'm not gonna like try to be like, let's go out, although I can probably take her out, it would be nice. It's like, I understand. It's like, okay, before the woman perspective that I had gotten, it was like, okay, you know what, she said she doesn't want to be friends, so leave it at that. But yeah, with the woman's perspective, it just helps you see things differently. And I suggest you get this. Also for women, get a man's perspective, because we see things differently, and you know this. And it just will give you more understanding, right? Proverbs 4 verse 7 says, get wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and in all thy getting, get understanding. So get understanding, brothers and sisters. And yeah, a woman's perspective will help you a lot, right? Like, help you navigate these situations. Because, yeah, like, you can tend to, like, for me, I don't even, like, can tend to feel like women are just, like, the way they think is confusing, right? They can tend to confuse you, right? Because I feel like as a man, I'm straightforward about things, like, and I think this is what I love about all us men. Like, I'm not sure if every man has it, but we're straightforward. So, like, with my mom, like, I know her now, and it's something that irritates me. It's like, for example, like, if she wants me to go somewhere, she'll be like, if I bath and it's a Saturday, she'll be like, oh, you've bathed. You are just bathing. You bathed and you're not going anywhere. So it's like, I know that I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm not going anywhere. She's like, okay, can you please go here? So rather just be like, you know what, I want you to go somewhere for me. Don't hit me with all this, beating around the bush first. You know that I always bath. You know that I'm not going to not bath. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, women can tend to confuse you there, because it's the little games, as well as like not being straightforward. Not all women, but most women are not, like, in my perspective, straightforward. Like, for example, I haven't been to church in a minute, like, and yeah, like, that's a reason I won't get into, but I saw one of the ladies. I must say that to not specifically single her out so you guys know who she is. But I was like, yeah, she was like to me, yo, if I'm not wrong, you haven't been here. I was like, yeah, but in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I haven't been here, like, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, but yeah, anyways, guys, get a woman's perspective. It's your boy, Mduduzi. I'm out. Peace.